I'm Eric Mattei from matteirealty.ca. So what happens when the closing date of a deal, the agreed upon closing date, is delayed or it doesn't close? There's two perspectives. There's the seller and the buyer. On the seller's end, if the deal doesn't close or is delayed by a week or a month, the seller's lawyer is like a good insurance policy. They will protect you in the sense that they will come up with the per diem of costs that are involved. So if the seller's gone on and purchased another property and is now carrying two properties, those damages are done on a per diem basis until a new closing occurs. In addition to that, if there's other costs associated with legal fees because the buyer unilaterally can't close, those are passed on as an adjustment on closing. What never happens when you reach a point where the deal is delayed, you should never sign a mutual release, ever. Not until there's a full understanding and scope of damages involved, and a good lawyer will take care of that. Again, like insurance, you never think about what you contracted or paid for when it comes to a lawyer until you really need them. And when you have a good one, they do their job. Now, what if the deal doesn't close at all? Forget the delay. If you're a buyer and you think, well, they could take my deposit and I'll walk, you are wrong. The property will be relisted at the previous price it was listed at, and then it'll be put on the market. If the seller gets less, even half of what the buyer previously paid for it, the buyer will owe those damages to the seller. If you think they won't litigate and go after you for that kind of money, you have another thing coming as a buyer. If, as a buyer, you don't have a previous residence they can lien, they can always make arrangements to take your salary in portions. If you do have a residence and you refuse to pay, they'll lien your house. So every time you go and try and get a mortgage, there's a cloud on title. When you go to sell the house, that lien has to be paid first. So please, as a buyer, consider that there's a lot more at stake when you delay, or don't close, I should say, in total, than just your deposit. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, especially in a market like we're having now. In terms of delays, it will cost you if you have to push back. So please make sure that your mortgage rep and your agents are on the right page to make sure that you can close in an expedient fashion on the date that was agreed upon. Thank you so much. I'm Eric Mattei. This is delays on closing and not closing at all, which is bad news in real estate deals. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@matteirealty.ca. Thank you and have a great evening.